So my next project is learning how to box because I don't know how to throw a punch at all.
Good hook. Is that the shot, ladies?
Never thrown one, never gotten in a fight, like never had a punch thrown at me. Never, ever, ever, ever had to use it. And it's not that I feel like I'm getting bullied or something and I'm scared and I need to use it. I just love watching the sport. Like I love watching UFC, I love watching boxing. So I want to be able to throw a punch more. Or not throw a punch more. Jesus, it sounds like I'm trying to like beat the shit out of someone. I'm not trying to beat someone up. I just want to learn how to box and get in shape. I think it's something that's fun and interesting. I will not be using this in the future. I'm not. This is not going to be like my version of like, ooh, I'm buying a gun for self-protection. I'm going out there using it. Like, no, 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 no. I'm using this not even for protection. I'm using this just because I want to. So, but this is like true like base level. I don't know anything. I don't know where to put my feet. I don't really know where to put my hands. I have some athletic ability, so hopefully I should be able to like use my body and figure out what I need to do. But like my baseline is I'm just kind of putting my feet just like a 45-degree angle, put my hands up, and then I've played baseball a bunch. So it's and golf, and it's a lot about like using your hips for stuff. So I assume boxing's the same way, and it's a lot of like rotating your hips into something. But I don't know where to put my hands. I've watched a lot, so some guys put it up here, some put it up here, some are doing like this Philly shell thing. But I honestly I genuinely I don't know how to throw a punch. Like if I was gonna throw a punch, I'd just be like, I don't know if that's good. It feels like it has zero power behind it. And then I've never ever like every now and then I'll like pretend like throw a punch just in the air, and it's like, well, that sucked. I've never thrown a jab, so like a jab is just like that, I think. But I don't know how to get power behind it. I don't know how to do any of this, and I just like to get a lot better at how to box, hit pads, and then get stronger and like quicker reflexes, and then just also look better. All boxers, you see them, and it's like, damn, you guys like I don't even know if they lift weights like that, but my goodness, they all look good. Pause. And so basically, yeah, I want to learn. I'm gonna follow this like entire like 50-minute boxing video on how to do the basics of just like, hey, here's where you put your feet. Here's where you generally put your hands. Here's how you throw different punches. Here's how you're supposed to move in boxing. Like I don't even know that. It's like, okay, like if someone were to throw a punch at me, I wouldn't know like, am I supposed to like shift my feet to go backwards? Am I supposed to like just like lean back and then counter with a punch? I don't know much. I know a little bit of lingo because I watch a bunch of it, but shockingly, I've never thrown a punch. Probably like a lot of UFC fans. Ah, losers. Um, Not actually. We just like watching fighting. It's okay. I watch UFC. Um, but yeah, I would just like to be able to get good at that, and it looks like a lot of fun. But I will say I have a few concerns. I have tiny wrists, very tiny wrists. I can, no problem, can wrap fully around. So, like for the first little bit, while I'm just like getting used to how to punch and all this stuff, it's just going to be a lot of shadow boxing, a lot of in the air. But I'm a little bit scared when I get to bags because I feel like my wrists are so weak. I'm gonna like really want to learn how to punch before I hit the bag because I'm afraid I'm gonna break my wrist. Maybe that's dumb to think of it, but like I feel like that impact is just gonna mess me up. But basically, this is all to say I'm gonna get my form down real nice, and so I don't wind up hurting myself. But yeah, hopefully that this comes quickly. I'm just gonna be following the video week by week, doing little pieces and making sure I have a good base of them. So this next week will probably be just basic foot placement, and then basic hand placement, figuring out what feels comfortable, and then just feeling comfortable like bopping back and forth between it. Because I think a lot of like I think every single sport now is coming out saying, hey, we need to have excellent footwork to like it's the base for everything. If you don't have excellent footwork, you will not be good at the sport. Football, baseball, soccer, basketball, everything. And I think boxing is probably the same thing. Where if you get a guy that's just standing like this in like the sumo position and throwing the best punches you've ever seen, my guess is he's not going to do that great. Or if he's like this, he's not going to be throwing great punches. So those are all over exaggerated, but I would like to get great stance, figure out how to like switch back and forth between stances to throw people off. Like, I don't know if you're supposed to go like this and just go, what? Or we're supposed to like take a few steps and then do that slowly. I don't know. So this is all to say, I don't know anything about this at all. But I would like to get good at it, and I would like to be able to throw punches like an uppercut without it feeling super awkward and having it look ridiculous. Because if I throw one, I'm like, whoo, whoo. That's not landing on anyone. That's not landing on a bag. That's not landing on anything. I couldn't hit water if I jumped off of a boat with that uppercut. So it's kind of ridiculous. I want to see how much better I can get. And I think it will get better pretty fast just because of all that movement I've had with other sports. I think I'll pick it up quick. And as long as I follow the video and don't rush myself too much, I hope it works out well. So anyways, I will see you next week on Friday for an update with this video.
Coming soon to own on DVD.